Team, welcome back. We still are at project sessions. There are a bunch of more assignments that I've added. So I'm assuming we could have made progress on the first one, which was not too complicated, but to make sure that we add some scenarios on kayak.com using the same framework, but maybe do a little expansion over it. Then the other couple of tasks that I gave to you team for SDET are link checker and the YouTube video search. I would want you to participate with the same team members and try and execute this team. So at this point, want to see what's happening on your end, what is the progress? And I also want to talk to about JPAC members and where they're going. And team, I'm expecting to unmute everyone and I want each of you to speak, please. Is it right for me to understand that you're all serious about a career in QA automation space in IT, right? Then I need to know what you're saying, team, each of you. I'm doing plenty of interviews every day. I wish I was doing it for you. All I need is a good resume and need to see what is it that you're doing. This is very critical, team. A good project to have on your resume. Let's complete SDET, NEOT. So when I say SDET, includes Selenium frameworks and so on. We do an extensive amount of CI/CD. Did I start recording? Yes. With Git and GitHub. I have been getting a little mentally drained over the last few days. Things have been hectic from a works perspective. I hope it leads to positive results overall. But I've been really busy on a few of these things, team. And I'm not sure, but HR@verkasa.com would have reached out to all JPAC members for CV and mock interviews. So please check your email and let us know. And I need to communicate all of this also to the JPAC members. Let me start doing. Intent is to create a good pool of SDET mid-level professionals over the next 4 to 6 weeks. I strongly believe the market will be, I wouldn't say positive or opened up or everything will clear out, just that you will start seeing good opportunities there. So that's a good time space, team, for you to fill as a goal. I want you to participate in that. These are very, very critical, especially for all the members who are looking from a career and job perspective. So start working on this. I'm also preparing a schedule. I have 1 or 2 more sessions on Java left in the evening. I'm preparing a schedule for the new training team in which I'll have a schedule through this JPAC as well. Okay, cool. Some of you have received that email. So work on that. And it's important for us to just collect that information, put it out, what we want to do. We want to do one after the other, team. Go in a very structured way, look at where you are, how we can assist you. Right from your visa status, how can we do anything about it, Vino, or anything in the circles and so on. So JPAC members, please be active on this. We'll keep working on it. Cool. So Uma, I'm going to make you the presenter. And who's going after Uma? Why did the hands come down, Prachi? Where are the other hands? Team, I feel a little disappointed when you don't feel confident to raise your hand and speak. It's very simple. Okay. I see 10 of you, but only a few of you are doing that. So it's very important to be present and to be able to show progress. Yes, Uma, all yours. And we can see.
Yeah.
It's good. Yes.
Okay. Karthik, yesterday we all worked on doing the JUnit we had the program which is running. So we just split the processes as at before and after and close.
This is for the assignment one kayak.com.
Yes, that's for the kayak.
Okay, very good. So, this is which team, Uma?
The team A.
Okay. And do you want to, is there that MOM document that we were doing? Is that there for us to look at? Or go ahead. Show me the progress. What is it that you wanted to show?
Yeah, just like what process will go in before and in test. And we were not able to create a method to make it look neater, but I was able, but we all just worked on it, and we were able to just put the code to make it run. And the execution is going good, Karthik.
So team A, are you all comfortable with this code? Have you all seen it and worked on it and so on? Very important to know your code. So when I wrote it, maybe it was not, it was just a theory. When you independently practiced it, okay, it's a little learning. But when you do a group practice, every hole should get filled up, team. And I assume that that's what happened. How was the experience? At least this code we are good at, the structure and flow, Ma? The whole team?
Yes, we are. The team is, we shared the code with everyone, Karthik. So everyone has a copy of that, and they have the Excel. So they all are working on it.
Okay, excellent. Very nice. Now, can we look at the minutes of meeting that was prepared by the team?
It is with Cita.
Okay.
Can I? Yeah.
So, are you there, Geeta? Maybe after Uma is done, then I'll come to you, Geeta, if that's fine. Sure, Uma, then could you show us the walkthrough of the execution, the scenarios, and
do you want me to run it or explain it, Karthik?
Maybe the Excel once.
Okay.
Can you change the code also that, please?
No, actually, for the code, we were working on only the JUnit. We didn't put any extra, which you were asking for. We are trying to figure out two more.
Okay.
For now, this is the Excel, like the which one you saw on probably on the previous presentation on Monday.
Okay. So Uma, let's do something then. Let's go back to a code once.
Okay.
We'll do a brief walkthrough of what is there. So, so let's go to the top. So we have an add before.
Okay. So this is where we read the Excel. That is the before part.
Okay.
And in the test, we have all the processing, like reading the items from the Excel, opening the WebDriver, and doing the execution. Apart from I'll show you the catch, which we previously did. This is the execute process. So these are all done in the test point. We open the URL and whatever test cases we have there, so it matches that.
Okay.
And it executes here. And
we added so far.
Sorry, Karthik, I didn't hear you.
Sorry, did we add any new keywords, Uma, to the list collection?
To the Excel list you're asking, Karthik?
No, the keyword.kw.java.
No, like.
Can we look at kw.java once?
Sure. And I think Shilpa is working on two new ones to add here. Probably like she is after me, so she can explain to you that. She was trying to work on something new, these things. Yeah.
Yes. So, and team, that is where I wanted you to be comfortable as to identifying where we may need new keywords and how to add them to our framework. That's one key concept in our keyword development. Now, yes, Uma, ready on. Back to you. Let's go to the Excel sheet, please.
Sure. For now, the last, sorry, go ahead.
4 sheets, right? The simple 4-sheet template.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
So in this, the last test case is the one which we are trying to execute, this one, the one way, just to see like if it was working. So I just put everything no, and we just try to execute.
So in
yeah.
test cases, I'm also seeing couple for QA on air in google.com. Having them there will not affect our framework, correct? We just have to choose what we have to execute.
Yes, Karthik.
So in the same sheet, I can still maintain. It's possible. Yes. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
so
that's a test case.
One second, please. Can you go to the test cases?
Sure.
My kayak scenarios are the ones from rows 5 to 8. And I see module 01, test case 4, 5. Then again 5, 4. Round trip, invalid. So just as an advice team, have a little better naming convention on it. Maybe it can be TC01, 02, 03, 04. Everything can be unique along with whatever description after that, underscore login or underscore this. So that way, when I see M01T, like module 1, test case 1, then I know that there's only one test case with that. Do I make sense, Uma?
Yes,
the quick edit that I want you to make later, please, just a second. Can I take keyboard and mouse control, please?
Sure.
So here, so this is fine, this is fine. If it's going this way, let the increment happen. There is a unique flow here, and there will be a unique flow here. So if I make these changes here, then I want to make sure the same ones are also reflected in our specs. So for now, I'll not do it, Uma. You could do it later.
Sure, Karthik.
I'll just undo this. So yes, go ahead with your test now, please.
Should I run the program and show you, Karthik?
No, I still want to see the Excel first.
Excel, okay.
And can you freeze the top row for us? So let's go to view. And here, freeze panes, freeze top row. There we go. So now even if I scroll down, I know what columns are there. So let's to our module, rather our kayak scenarios, we can scroll down.
It starts from here, Karthik.
Okay. Excellent, excellent. So I have one scenario that has 22 steps, the one in orange. That's a valid search round trip. So I've hard coded my element IDs in column E, and that is fine. I know we've used a lot of at contains and so on to identify based on certain criteria. So that's good. My test data is in column F. Looks like I have one. Sorry, go ahead, Uma. Why am I speaking? I'm trying to read what I'm seeing. But yes.
Oh, no, Karthik. Like when coming to the Excel part also, even I'm just reading it from here to be truthful. Yeah, the other team members may be good to explain it to you, but still I'll try my best.
Please.
So this is the test cases for like we have we picked a few like the round trip and some of the items. So we have we used the reusable also here. And these are the test steps. The one which I am now showing for the execution is the last one here. Yeah.
That's the, so we're only trying to run one for execution, right?
Yes, because like I just want to see if my code is working properly. Like
Before you
we
do
all
that,
tried
can
our
you
best.
scroll and show us if there's anything after column F in the sheet?
Sure.
So I just want you to assume that, everyone is looking at it for the first time, because it is our art of explanation of our project overall. So we should assume that, maybe they don't know. So can you explain the 4 columns? What are there?
Which one, Karthik?
Column G to J.
No, Karthik, I won't be able to. I totally don't have a clue. Can Shilpa go for that? Will that be okay with you?
Absolutely. Let's look
Karthik.
at a data and element ID sheet, please.
Element ID sheet.
Okay, so these are these the, so I think the first few must be from a different application, is it? Or
No, it is the same application. We just
I see.
used an star. That's it. Like we can use an at also here in origin and
No
destination.
problem. That's fine. Yeah, as long as a team you know why you're using a certain documentation methodology, that's good. So let's do the execution, Uma, then for that. So which test case you select? Show us. And
here one way.
I see. Okay.
The number.
And does our test take any screenshots when we have an issue? I think it does.
It does, Karthik.
Okay, good. Let's
still
see.
have. Yeah.
And we have also put the log4j for it.
We have, Karthik, but like it is still the code and the link what you have done. We have it not gone to the log yet.
Okay, no problem. But the idea would be that we will also log in the reports. We will get an Excel report as well, and the logs as well.
Sure.
So let's see how the execution is going to happen now. Uma, do you have, okay, but then it's not any of format. Sorry. Take your coffee, please. I almost stole that from you. What I was thinking is anyone who's comfortable with NEOT, I would want you to write the same scenario in there and shows the difference in the execution. NEOT certified members, NEOT team members, can you give it an attempt? Because I cannot take this Excel and put it into NEOT because the format is different. But I can take this 20 to 23 steps from here and create that in NEOT. So this is all being done by our end, correct? Automation test that's running as well. Okay. Whenever it takes a few additional seconds, I somehow think maybe it is stuck. But I do believe we did a try catch handling, exception handling through it. So it should move on to the next steps. Yes, Bhargavi, our Excel is different. You take the test case, test steps, elements, and then put it into a new. Sure. Just to then show the difference and what else we could do. I think it's stuck at Phoenix.
Yes, Karthik. It has.
Maybe there are no flights right now. Not that case. It should always give us data.
Probably I'll just show it.
So there is a runtime error as well. Just go all the way bottom once. Okay. Right. So it's, the good part is since you have the J unit at before an at test, Even though the error occurred, selenium state reference exception, stale element, it is still taken all the details and it is given as the report. Sure, Uma, you can go ahead and debug this later at your end, but
Okay,
can you see the result folder? What does it look? And team, for any new project that needs automation to be done, POC and so on, this is a minimal framework that you need to start with, minimalistic, with the least features. Then you can add more and more and more and more and make it like any or any other complex automation. So where are we? Can you let's look at the result Excel. Maybe there's another one with the same name.
No, Karthik, this was the one which I used in the program.
Close this. We are looking at underscore res. Yeah, I think it will open. 1 second. There's something happening. Now try and open it up. Why does it say 0 kilobytes? It was already open, I believe.
Yeah, I
Just do one more run at your end after closing these, please.
okay. The Excel files, Karthik.
Yes, especially result. See that right arrow is there now, Uma? Here, maybe it will show you more of the near there. Oh no, that's correct. That's it. Yeah. So, but the error that we got was a different error. The stale element exception. So, okay, debug. Let us know, please.
Okay, sure.
Good. At least we're seeing the execution happening. Should be doing fine, but spend a couple of more minutes. We'll know.
Okay.
All right, we'll come back to you. Thank you. Very good. This was
Thanks,
good stuff.
Karthik.
I really like what you're doing. Let's keep progressing on the same level. Subhashini, gonna make you presenter. And I'll be back to
Hi, Karthik. Actually,
Hello.
I'm from team B. First,
Sure.
in my team, like Lakshmi is going to introduce the minute of meeting. Then I can take a next part of introduction, what we are done on coding and what are the keyword we newly implemented. So Lakshmi is going to start first, and then I can.
You have a hand raised. I don't see. I mean, there are a lot of members, so you have to raise your hand, please. Let me make visible all the attendees for their. At least you know. Is it Lakshmi any?
Yes, Lakshmi is there. Lakshmi, are you there?
Now she is raised the hand. I'm gonna make Lakshmi the presenter.
Yes, Karthik.
And anyone wants to be unmuted, let me know on the chat. I can keep you unmuted, T. Let the session be interactive. Hello.
Hi, Karthik. Hi.
Hi.
So you want me to continue with the team B progress, or else you want me to?
Yes, please.
Yes,
Go ahead.
So do you want me to go with the team B progress on Kayak, or else CTAF phase 2?
Oh, wow. So the kayak one, let's do the what's happening with here. And then we'll look at CTAF also once, please. If you can.
All right. Yes, Karthik. So this is our minutes of meeting document where we are updating how many are there in the team and what all the work distribution, how it happened, how we took up the task, and we are updating the scenarios, what all we took for the CAG, and the discussions, daily meetings, we are updating here, Karthik. And this is the MOM document. And at the same time, we just made the workflow, how we started and how we are going to present our project, the work, sorry.
Very nice.
This is the workflow.
Can you walk me through that workflow diagram?
And also the team members, the list of members. Oh, yes, Karthik. So we, on the very first day you assigned us the task, we just we had a meeting and we analyzed what all we have to do. Then the framework development started. At the same time, test case preparation also, all agile methodology where both development and the test case preparation both went hand on hand. And then we refined everything, what all scenarios we have to go continue with. And then we when everything was ready for execution, executed, and ready for presentation. This is what we we thought to have one of the document which shows how the work is progressing on a daily basis, from start to end.
Nice way to represent that
And
framework.
this is the list of team members who.
Sorry. I think there's a little lag in video and audio for us.
Sorry.
But this chart was very good, Lakshmi. Thank you for preparing it.
Okay.
Because the important thing is here is there's a little customization to the regular flow. The framework development and TC preparation are going on in parallel, and how we're refining the framework, and the test cases one prepared ready for execution, ready for presentation. Okay, good. Now, in this, you could definitely speak about if defects, then what do we do? If a framework defect, so they'll have basically, may I? See, I don't think I can draw, but basically from execution, we will have a line back to framework refinement for any errors, or to test case preparation also for any defects that we found. But this is a very good chart. Thank you. Go ahead, Lakshmi. Back to you. I won't interrupt you.
Okay, thank you. Yes. And then we made a list of members, who is doing what, and any comments they can update. This is the drive sheets where they can add up if they have anything. So be clear, whatever they any problem or anything hurdle has come up or hiccup, then it was cleared. And this is a list of members in the team B. And that's it from my end regarding the documentation part. And so it's all over to, I think Subhashini is ready to present her piece of code. Yes, Karthik, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you. And I like the way each of you have divided your roles within it as a team, come up on how we can assist each other. Good job. All right, Subhashini, back to you as a presenter then. Thank you, Lakshmi.
Thank you, Karthik.
Hi, Karthik. Actually,
yes, please.
Can I see my screen, Karthik?
Not yet. Let's see. Let's give it a second, maybe.
Are you able to see my screen now?
Tick, tick, tick. No. Shall I try and make you presenter again? Maybe, I don't know. Did you click on show my screen icon once again?
Yes, yes, Karthik. Okay.
You did. waiting to view your screen. It's not
Okay.
working. Let me try again. I'm going to make myself the presenter. Okay. And then back to you again as a presenter.
Okay. I'm clicking show my screen now.
Yeah, now we can see. Perfect.
Okay. So as a team, like Bhargavi and Ramu, they finished the framework. This is our framework is ready, and we face some challenges like a calendar and drop down and clearing the text and everything. So Bhargavi and myself, we like implemented a couple of codes, like selecting the list box and verifying the text, and I did the clear text, and Bhargavi did selecting the month from the calendar and selecting the date. So we a couple of keywords we just implemented. So we've done with our framework, everything is ready. So in our team members, we added the test cases, new test cases like verifying round trip functionality and round trip invalid cities and empty cities. This is our test steps. So as per your request, Bhargavi changes a couple of things like element by, and then she added the code in our framework, and then we are using like a reusable, or it is a one-time use. We are using the XPath. So this is the new test cases. Yesterday night we worked, and then we added a couple of new test cases verifying round trip and invalid and everything. But we do faces some difficulty in, especially for the selecting the date and date picker, because yesterday night only we added selecting the month and selecting the date. We face some difficulties. First I tried with clearing the text. We did two-way, Karthik, clearing the text and then selecting like a loop conditions. We want to iterate like a loop by loop. So we tried a multiple ways of selecting the date. That's where we all stuck. So this is our test full result. I do have some challenges because sometimes it is not working. The calendar part we are stuck up. Still we are implementing and try to debugging what is happening on the calendar side. So actually our framework ready and keyword, everything is ready. So we are trying to add more test cases, like 4 or 5 keywords we just implemented yesterday, and then we are trying to add more test cases from team members. And Vidya created like a invalid round trip and round trip with empty data, and we are still we are progressing. Like all the some challenges we are having, like clear text. We created the new one, clear text, and Bhargavi did like selecting the month and verifying the text. So we are still implementing. Those are the some additional keywords. So once our keyword is ready, so we are able to run more test cases.
So that's beautiful on how things are going parallelly. Some of you are doing the.
Yes, we are discussing like simultaneously Vidya and Rakshmi are doing. Once we are the keywords are ready, and then Bhargavi used to mention it in a team. So we are trying to like with the keywords, what are the keywords we are having? We are trying to create more test cases as per the keywords. We are just whenever we founding difficulties, and we are going to write the methods in the keyword. So we are adding like new keywords. Yesterday I struggled something, so I wrote the clear text one for the calendar. And Bhargavi want little challenge, so she said, okay, why don't you, we know this is very simple, we are clearing the date and then we are entering it in a sentence. Why don't you really, we have to challenge ourselves. And then Bhargavi, I did the calendar part with the looping one. And Bhargavi, I don't know how to put it in a keyword. Then I gave my code to Bhargavi, and yesterday night, almost 2 hours he spent. Bhargavi, she said, okay, we split it. First, we will select it in a select month, and then she's giving the data. And then once the month is valid, and then she's picking up from the select the date. But we are still facing some challenges in selecting the date. But it is clearly working. Once we clear the data and writing it manually, it is working very good. But we want little challenge ourselves. Okay, we can go with the loop and iterate one by one. If like we don't need to hard code the month and date. Whatever the date we are giving, it has to be generic thing, date picker we are trying to implement.
Very nice, team. That's a fantastic job from multiple angles, and I'll tell you why.
Yes,
but
first
keep going. Yeah. I would like to unmute definitely Bhargavi, you. I'll keep you unmuted, and Ramu, you as well. Anyone else would like
Ramu to first Ramu, he initiated the framework and everything, and slowly all our team member, they know what is now the framework is ready. So everyone will know what is the framework, how it is working, and why we are adding the keyword. Everyone we help each other, and then we are building the framework as well as the keyword. And then other team members, they are working on the test cases.
Very good. So this is in fact a very good presentation overall, Subhashini, the way you did coverage overall. And team, when the assignment was given, I am sure that most of you would have assumed that it looks simple, correct? And maybe we did not even do too much estimation for it. But as we went in, you started understanding that, okay, here are complex things. Let us write some custom keywords for that application specifically. Generic keywords are there, but what about custom AUT based keywords? And that was a very, very good thing that you started doing. Being clearing text, select by date, select month, all of these as a reusable. I cannot use it on a Google or on an Intuit or other applications as is, but this is built for your specific application. Great. What else, Subhashini? Anything that Bhargavi and or Ramu you want to show on your system?
Yes, Bhargavi is going to say something regarding this framework.
You want to share your screen, Bhargavi?
Yeah, sure. If Ramu confirms that he has nothing to talk about, because yesterday he was a little busy with his office work, so we did not disturb him much. But if he has something, I would like him to go ahead first, and I would like to conclude everything.
Sure,
you can go ahead, Bhargavi. I just want to check with Karthik on a technical query. I think we can go ahead for now.
Sure. Thank you, Ramu. Once again, I thank you, Karthik, for giving us this wonderful opportunity. Maybe a couple of years back.
Sorry, we lost your audio for a second because I made you presenter. Now, yes, you're saying couple of years.
I tried to work on automation a couple of years back, but not officially. Like from my end, I tried to work. So both UI wise and element identification wise, there are lots of improvements or changes. So what I implement today is been very much different from what I've implemented maybe years ago.
Perfect.
In India, I worked for like a demo project. It was given to call it as pilot project, and we were automating in those times kayak. Like
is it? Very
project,
nice.
but before. Sorry, Karthik.
No, please, absolutely. That is good, and that is exactly the reason I gave a pause before I went to API, CI/CD, and advanced expert, because we will get some hands-on here and then we can summarize everything in a tutorial. Next is CI/CD team. That is so simple. Once we get all of this in place, that will look like a breeze. So let's finish this wave of mastering whatever automation frameworks we need till this end, and then we'll keep moving. Good. The next two assignments that are there, the link checker. Believe me, again, it looks simple, but it is not. The other one was the YouTube video search thing. So this will really test our skills and put you in a very good shape. And team, if you're a beginner but still part of team A or team B or any of this, I'm sure you'll have a lot of learning. And the amount of work you've all been putting behind team to make sure as a team you deliver this, great. Remember, initially when we started, we had a few questions. Okay, shall we work independently and so on? But when we worked as a team, the output is beautiful also because 10 people are smiling along with it in the back end. That, okay, I have a hand in this, I have a hand in that. So very good, good job. So let me see, Bhargavi. Yes, please. Specifically interested in your keywords.
Sure, Karthik. These are the keywords I have put together. Let me highlight them, whatever we have implemented new. The one is like select till partial text, verify partial text. This is to select options from the drop down. And what I mean like drop down or list box is this one. Like sometimes they are like simple drop downs, but sometimes we have something like a list box that is a dynamic kind of.
As you
So
type.
if we yes, it's like very dynamic, and so we are trying to read everything, like what are the options, and then going as per our desired text. Like sometimes it is like TEX and sometimes it is like TXK. So depending upon the list box that is being displayed with dynamic options, we are trying to read them, and I call it as a list box, and it as a drop down too. And compare value is something that you have written. I'm sorry for that. It's like verified partial text is the new one that we have implemented, wherein we are not verifying the whole text as is, but we are taking the partial, verifying if it's contains. We are using basically contains, like only some part of text is been validated. For example, if you are selecting some date here, we are only focusing on 8/5, but not all 2020 also we are not validating, because by default it's 2020 and we are not validating as of now for year. We are validating only for the month and date. So I'm not, again, this is a dynamic part, like the day. It is not always Friday, not always Sunday, it is not always. So I'm selecting month and date, and I'm verifying only month and date. So it needs to be a partial text, not the whole text. That is the other keyword we have implemented. And select month and select date. Actually, we initially started with like a whole date by giving it in the test data, like whole thing, like if it is like 24 month 9 or 2020, something like that. We tried to split it and then read it. But what happened here is once we select the calendar here, this part this part is like friendly to be used in automation, and wherein we are validating the month here and then we are going year. Coming to, I thought of splitting it and then using it back. The challenge, let me show you. I'll take the whole date as a something in FTD. Where is the TD is the for data. I'll split it by the hyphen or whatever character we give in test data Excel, and then take it into an array and then split it. But ultimately, after selecting some data, some date here, only if you can see, it's only the date and month it's been highlighted. Year has been not given much importance here, and this is the field wherein we are validating. So I thought only we'll validate till month and date. Till this, am I clear, Karthik?
Very good. So now, can you show me from a code? Sometimes it's easier to read the code also for us now.
Sure, Karthik.
Stay here once. And so can we go from select month and select date, or select date is good, you're saying, no? First, let's go back. I have to read.
Select month is sure. So we are dividing it again into two separate test steps. We were not able to do it in a single step because for selecting month, we have a different element, and for selecting date, we have a different element. We need to pass two different elements. So we took it like different steps. Again, my idea of splitting the date is failed there.
Can you show me the solution now?
Sure. So we are first selecting the month.
Let's look at the Excel. Show me the keyword flow. I'm trying to understand the keyword flow first in the Excel, and then we can come here.
This particular row 41 to 47, sorry, 41 to 47 are for calendar date validations.
Perfect. So open the app, click on some reusable element, select month, select date, verify partial text.
Yes, Karthik.
I want to look at, we added this extra column, right? Element by and, okay.
Yes, Karthik. So, yes.
Date to be selected, date to be selected. We'll be repeating that. Okay. Let's look at month. Now I would like to look at, so the data is hard coded, and that is fine. So element, let's go to EID sheet now. So where is months grid? Okay, so that's your X bar. And can you click on that C12? One second. Okay. Months grade, I see. Okay, and you're taking the second one in the calendar. So, okay, this is it would be nice to explain this X path briefly to us as to how we locate specific one. We're looking at ID Jam Cal months grid and then ID Jam Cal, and yes, please.
Sorry, Karthik, go ahead. Can I go ahead?
So the first div, we're looking at ID Jam Cal months grid. Let's search in the code for that.
This is the basically I'm trying to come on to check the month part. So I'm sure my internet is not getting solved, Karthik. Even the delivery has been not made, routed. So I'm sorry if the
no problem. You're doing fine actually, and I think we're facing that network issues a little. Can I take keyboard, mouse, and control once, please?
Definitely.
So the one I'm looking at is this ID. I think it contains Jam Cal months grade, something like that. If I'm not wrong. So this is yes, see, contains IDs Jam Cal months grade and then Jam Cal 2. So we're going for this specific one. Okay, so now our interest is the month and the year, or in this we are looking at the month. I believe it would be here. This is the one that we're looking at, correct?
Yes, Karthik. Because we have a text there. If you can see, April 2020 is being highlighted.
Yeah.
I am trying to go till there.
Oops, sorry. That was me. I was trying to move my mouse onto somewhere and where are we? I cannot. Okay. All right. Sure. So that is the one. Fair enough. Now let's go back to your program. I just want to quickly look at it so we can move on. I'm not going into the depth right now, Bhargavi. Sorry about it.
Sure, Karthik.
To my layman terms, just to understand, I have a couple of test steps here. Oopsie. Okay. Test steps here and select month, date. So let's look at select month. Okay, now explain this to us, please.
Sure. So if we are trying to validate the get text method and take it into an actual month, what actual month I mean is like what we are actually looking at, and month as expected is something like true or false, because I want to run a loop and click on the next method or next month button. Let me explain that too.
Go to the next month.
Yeah, April 2020 is being validated initially. If it contains the month, like if I'm expecting June or July, April will this particular web table is as expected. So my condition will be starting with false, and I'll be looping until I get the desired text April 20 as December 2020 or January or as expected. So I'll be looping and clicking on this particular button, wherein I'll be able to navigate between the months.
And each time you'll go and check for the first one in this display.
Yes, I'm checking if it's like as expected. If it's expected one is like December, I'll be navigating, clicking this button as many times as needed until I get December.
So the select month is to go till that month, and then you'll get to, correct? Okay, good.
Yes, correct. So coming to the, okay, sure. Sorry.
In the Excel, select month, month's grid, November. So November of, so I'm assuming 2020, you're going forward, of course. Correct?
Yes, Karthik. We did not do validation for year as of now.
Yeah. All right, back to you now. So let's go to that code.
This is a Boolean value, like true or false. I'll start with false because initially I'm trying to get the initial text, whatever we have. And FTD is the month that we are expecting. Like we want it to be selected in the application. So passing expected month as TD and initial month. Yeah, we are actual
So
and actual month.
I'm trying to check for November, but won't it
Yes,
come? Oh, that we are not saying November 2020. Even that we are specifically looking for the month only. Got it. Okay.
Yes, yes.
It's just this case ID.
This particular
we have another.
Sorry, Karthik, I hear you.
No problem. I just wanted to scroll down on this code a little bit further and definitely use the indents and make it a little bit more clear on that.
Indents, I do think we need to add something. This break is to case. This break is to break the while loop.
Yes.
And this is the only thing I have hard coded because we need to click that particular next month button. This is the thing I have hard coded here in the code. As you said, it's customized only to the kayak, and we cannot use for every other application.
Perfect. Got it. So the logic could be similar, but the element identification, the flow, and all that is customized to kayak in this case.
Yes, Karthik. Yes.
And now, just as a regular thing, team, for you all to be clear, let us say you use the same application or Excel 3 months or 6 months down the line, it should still be in that memory, right? So yes, would name all the kayak keywords as kayak select month or kayak select date.
Okay.
I know it's long, but maybe
sure.
Definitely, even if I look at the Excel, it'll be clear. Oh yeah, inbuilt keywords, user defined keywords. Got it?
Definitely, Karthik. I'll do that change.
Excellent. So ID and XPath, what is the difference? Oh, you're saying XPath is that. Else, come down, please.
Else, next month button.
No. Line 78 from case XPath.
Okay. So I'm sorry, Karthik, to break this flow, but we were trying to implement like similar to NEOT, not up to the range of NEOT, but wherein we were able to identify if it's a reusable test element or a simple one-time use element. If it's a reusable element, we are navigating to the EID sheet. If it's not reusable, sorry, here is the code. If it's reusable, we'll go to the another sheet, EID sheet. If it's not reusable, then we'll read directly from the test steps Excel itself, like element identification methodology and element locator.
Sure, absolutely. I got that concept. So that's a good one.
Sure.
Tim. I will explain to you at my end also if it's a little confusing as to where it is going. But primarily, what we're trying to do is in this column E, be able to mention if it's reusable or XPath or ID directly. That helps. I did have one question here.
Why are we using it 2 times? Same select date?
No, not. I don't have that question yet. Once we get there, please.
Okay.
Wait, let me finish this code first. Case ID, here is my custom one. So the only difference here is ID or this, right? So it's repeating the code.
Yes, Karthik, I have redundancy there. I see that. Every time I'll copy something except changing by XPath or by ID here.
Just give me cursor for a second, please, if you don't mind.
Sure, Karthik.
So this is my main code, let us say. And it's a little slow to do this remotely, so sorry about that. I'm just seeing. I'm inquisitive, so I'm seeing if we can fix it. And this is case XPath here. And now, 1 second. I don't need to really here. And this. Oh yeah, sorry. This is XPath. The other one ID, I think you need to change. Here.
Although we have different elements, Karthik. One is like.
See, 1 second, just hold on. I'll just finish that line.
Yeah, sure.
Comment it for you, please. So I know it will not be correct. See, by.xpath here. For ID also, you're taking by.xpath. That was my confusion. By case,
yeah, that's my
XPath also. Okay. The only difference is by ID or XPath here.
Can I go ahead now? Like,
no, 1 second.
Okay.
So this is for ID next month. It's the same one, right?
We have 2 different elements, Karthik. One to go to that month's grid and the other one to click on the next month button. One to click the next month button, this particular line 77 is being hard coded. And to go to the read, like what is the actual month on display, we'll go to line 61 by either XPath or by ID. There are 2 different elements here, and one of them I have hard coded. Like only by XPath we can click on the next month.
Okay. So I was not sure about this. Just make sure that is correctly aligned on that once, Bhargavi.
Sure, Karthik. The other thing, just after seeing this, I wanted to show now is like I have implemented that for verified text actually, wherein I'll first initially set, like if it's ID, find element by ID. If it's XPath, then XPath. Then I'm not repeating the same code, like verification part. Verification, I've done it separately. Is that what you were expecting me to do there?
Correct. So this is a better process.
Yeah, I tried this procedure, but it's giving me some exceptions. So I thought I'll quickly fix it because today is our deadline. I wanted to do. I'll try to rework on it and minimize the code, make it a better code. Am I audible, Karthik? Hello? Lakshmi, Subhashni, am I audible?
Yes, Bhargavi. Yes, you're audible.
Okay. Okay.
No worry.
Yeah. Thank you.
I think Karth is having some difficulty. I think you're audible.
Yeah, I think he's on call. Yeah.
Karthik, we are not able to hear you. Bhargavi, are you doing the code or Karthik?
It's me. It's me. Just a second. I'll try to. Because if I were to execute, I'm not sure if it's going to work for me.
Yes, yes.
Hope this works, but I'm not really sure again.
Did you copy again or?
I think we should get it from our Google Drive where we have updated the recent ones. If it's not really working, I'll do that. But this is the thing I think mostly it should be, because I see like switch statement, curly
Yes,
bracket is
yes,
closed.
Yes.
This is for main function. This is for case.
Yes,
And this is
good.
For while.
Yes.
Yeah. For if else.
Can you go a little up?
Yeah.
Yes,
Same
perfect.
again here.
Yes.
Switch. This is for switch. Yeah.
Yes.
This is for if else. Yes, I think it should work.
Yeah. Can you go a little up?
Yeah, we have two breaks. This is for
yes.
While, and this is for case.
Yes.
Yeah, little up. I'll comment it. Karthik will come back. I'll just mention him that I wanted to execute, and so I'm commenting whatever we're trying to change initially.
Okay.
As Vashni was clear when I was trying to explain like why we have two different things, like why XPath is this particular line.
Yes, yes, I understood. Yep. Yes, I understood. Yep.
Okay.
All right. Hi, team. I'm back on a phone line. Is this better? I mean, had to reconnect, lost internet.
Okay, Karthik. Yes, now it's better. Now it's audible, Karthik. Thank you for that.
Okay. Sure. So, Bhargavi, I don't want to make any change in the code, was just showing the approach. Can you go to the driver?
Okay, sure, Karthik.
So, you know where we are getting the element ID?
Yes, Karthik. from a get value element ID name, we are basically going to the sheet only if it's reusable. Otherwise, we'll directly get from the test steps itself.
Fair enough. That's fair. And if it is reusable, then get value from ID name. Let's go there from EID name. Okay. Let's go to the function.
This one.
It's just navigating and getting that. So, what? Did this change from the way I had done it?
Yes, Karthik, because I made it like usable a little like I thought I'll do it like we are passing it as an array, string array, wherein we'll have both element locator and element by. How are we identifying the element by, and how are we, what is the element locator? I'm passing those two strings from EID sheet as array and passing it back where we are calling this particular function.
Okay. You can return an element itself in that case.
Return an element.
The web element itself can be returned if you want to. You know, I'm just seeing how to make it a little more simpler.
Okay, sure, Karthik. Yeah, I wanted to look into any other code.
Look at the logic. See, where I'm getting a confusion in understanding it. See, it says line, so 204 LE array, a new array that you created with only two attributes in it. XPath and ID name. So why is it XPath here then?
By default, because to our understanding,
this ID or name or tag and all that.
No, if we are giving it as null, I'm sometimes getting it as null pointer exception while reading that particular EID sheet, Karthik. So I even took it like this.
You don't even need that. I didn't understand why we need that. So I did not understand what is the need of this array. Okay, element type and by. Okay. There is a simpler solution. Please do. I understand totally what you're doing, how to build a logic. Look at that any-or solution also, how we have approached this.
Yes, Karthik.
Yes. But fantastic. I wanted to understand what it is doing. It's not easy. See how that we solved that was, but team A was able to do similar things without writing this keyword. That's another thing that we need to look at. No audio? Can you hear me, Bhargavi?
Yes, Karthik. I don't know, Bhargavi.
No,
I'm able to hear you, Karthik. I don't know this. Bhargavi?
Hi, Karthik. I'm sorry, I think.
So team, can you all hear us?
Am I audible? Please confirm someone. Like
yes, yes, Bhargavi. Yes, Bhargavi, you're audible. Yeah.
Karthik, you're also audible to me. I missed you for a fraction of seconds. I'm sorry.
Okay. I'm not sure about the others right now. I think we are.
Actually, we need not go for select month, select date, because we are able to pass it by send keys method itself, Karthik.
Sure. Not the approach is not. I just want the concept is whatever solution works is fine. I just want to see the logic of how you built it, and there's a lot of learning in it. Now let's look at select date, please. I haven't seen that.
Sure, Karthik. A select date is something a little simple, wherein we'll just pass the element locator and ID or test data. Test data is some expected date, what you want to click in the application, and element locator is this part. like which part of the date you're going to select. Sorry, I'm here already. If we go here, after selecting the month, desired month, like if it's November or October or December, once we go there, we are trying to click verify the text of each table cell, web table, and if the text matches as our desired date, we are clicking on it.
Okay, and so then 2 questions. How are we looping through all those 5 rows, 7 columns,
yes,
35 steps?
Yes. I'm trying to get directly the cell values, Karthik. I thought I'll go first by rows and then go by column, but it's not needed actually. We directly have something like available for each cell. We have a different naming convention.
Very good. Let's look at that code once, please. I'll talk about. Bhargavi, you're switching between windows too fast for me. Code is
sorry.
Very important. Okay.
Sure.
So let's focus on this. Let's stay on this window for a couple of minutes, if you don't mind. So we're getting a list of data sets, and that will be nothing but on line 128, finding all the elements that match that ID that we are sending. And that ID is basically what we are giving here right now. That is what Bhargavi is trying to mention, correct?
Yes,
Where is that ID?
Again, it's not, it's again like an ID or XPath. We are definitely using this XPath, but just to complete the whole framework, I've implemented.
Logic somehow is not fitting into me.
Yes, Karthik, even I was not happy when I was.
No, you do only one, then sit with XPath. Why ID or XPath? Then why not name? Tell me, I didn't understand.
Yes, we need to go ahead further too, but for now, if it's like.
So you write like this for those 8, 9 element locator types? That's
no,
not
that's
right
not
logic
efficient.
at all, no?
Yes, Karthik, yes.
So let us talk about only one, please. XPath. Don't talk about 2. And you're showing me the same code for both. What is the difference between this? Can you explain once? I didn't understand here. Case ID
element
and case
locator, we are trying to identify either by, if it's ID, we'll go by ID. If it's XPath, by XPath.
So
element locator.
You can put it outside.
Yes, Karthik.
Okay, please.
Sure,
this has to be optimized, definitely. Okay,
I'll
now
let's
see one of it. Data cell, execute driver, find all the elements by using that XPath or ID, whatever. I don't care about it at all. See, that is where I'm trying to talk to all of you team. Please understand this. SDET training members and JPAC members, whatever training that you've done so far, you're thinking like a tester maybe. I want you to start thinking like developers and programmers now. Totally. So for us, I don't care about what an XPath is. That anyone will find. Anyone with 2 hours of training, they can find it. No problem. Let's look at the logic. Find all the elements, put it into a list called date cell. Go through the size of date cells, and we'll have plenty of. Okay, sorry. Yeah, we'll have plenty of it. So we're printing text of each of them, which date. So once we find the correct one, then we're breaking out of it. Okay, got it. So why are we doing it twice now?
Once we select the date in our application, like 16. No, let me do it from right sure, first one, because the replication is really important to understand. Okay. Once we select the month and click on date, it will be updated here. Like these input fields will be updated. But if you want to come out of the this pop-up box, I have to click again, or we can click anywhere outside. That's our wish. But to my knowledge, I felt this will be like more. If I click again, it will go away. Pop-up will go away, and I can again validate whatever the input field is being updated.
Okay, fair enough.
Just out of the pop-up.
That's fine. Or you can always say keyboard escape, keyboard enter, keyboard OK, those things. Commands,
I
but
need to.
good. No problem at all. Good. So team, now that you're changing the code, think of how and why. Because the easiest thing to have done in this, so for example, Bhargavi, even to start with, this does not have to be inside my case statement. That's all. So the same code, for example, if I take this out from here, cut this, my switch case ends where? One second, please. See, that is where I'm saying I need indentations, everyone. If there's no indents, how will I know what is coming in the switch block? Python will not even give you that chance. It will say a defect immediately. In fact, case is fine. So case. Did I paste this right now?
I think so, Karthik, because XPath, it came out of this case statement.
It
Case
did,
block.
right? But
Yes.
I didn't copy this step. One second. I'll just do a Control Z. One second. Hold on, please. Don't do anything. Team CTF members, anyone going after this?
I'm ready, Karthik. Lakshmi.
Okay, Lakshmi. See, the code is again repeating. I don't know why.
Yeah, if you can give me just 2 minutes, I'll complete this card.
Oh, no problem, Bhargavi, no problem. Sorry. So, see, the logic is very simple for me. Don't worry about all that. In this case, you only have one thing to do here. Finding the elements is the only logic. Okay. So this, it's tough to do it remotely, Bhargavi. Everything we can delete here inside the switch case. Done?
Yes, like we did in the verify text, wherein we are first identifying the element by ID by our expert, and then we'll do the rest of the validation in the next remaining part. We'll not do it in 2 times in the cases. I got it, Karthik.
Yeah, and it was done 3 times, so it is confusing to look at such code. For me, honestly, I cannot, because what happened, we cannot read that code. Now I think maybe it is making sense. Okay, I have a switch case which tells my data tells how it has been read. Once it is done, then I'll go through it. Try this. I'm not sure until right? We debug and run how it will come out. But excellent job to take it to the next level. I'm not trying to be a critic here, Bhargavi, just saying let's do this way, let's do that way. Good job.
I know, Karthik, I get it. I take it the way we need to take it. I definitely, I'm looking for these suggestions. And one big challenge I have as of now is like, I'm not able to take a screenshot. It's giving me like a null point error if I really have some application error. If you want, I can again contact you like little later if it's taking too long from my end.
Yeah, I think a little later we'll go to someone else and come back. But look at why the null pointer is debugged. Let me know.
Yes, I tried like take screenshot. It's telling me I'm sure that we have given I've implemented various things from Stack Overflow and other resources. It was first saying that we need to give a WebDriver instance also. I have given it like this, passing that as a parameter. It's not working. Then I try to make that screenshot part as a instantiation is done.
Okay. But where is the code that I showed you?
This is the one, I guess, Karthik. This one.
No.
I have commented these lines.
Program.
The thing is like I've added comments.
It's definitely not that. Let me show you the code that I showed.
Okay.
And see, that is where, team, we tend to get extremely confused in our programming. When we, oh this, oh that, oh this, oh that, we'll go all over the place. I know about it, team. What are we looking at? Screenshots, correct? This was the one that was done by Tamkunath, I believe. So here, this was one, and the other one in our let's see team. But I know we had some comments. It should be easy, team, and null pointer exception. I want you to fix it, everyone.
I have taken this code from Ramu, and Ramu is implementing the same code that we have been discussing in Fast Tracker.
Give me 1 minute. I'll just search what it is that we saw. Switch the workspace. So take screenshot my DS path. Where is take screenshot my DS path? This is the code. Now, is this the code that you're using?
Yes, Karthik, because I have added the comments for each line. For all the 3 lines, I've added that's the only thing I've done.
Now, FD get screenshot as output.file path. So what is, let's go back to you. It should be, there should be nothing more than the path and so on. I'm sure about it. So what happened? You said, Ramu, you sent in.
This is what I have used, Karthik. It was working for me.
It's working for you. It's not working. So
it's working for me.
It is definitely a path. What else could it be?
I have added.
Where are you calling?
This particular.
Where is your function for taking screenshot? I'll ask questions, just yes or no answer, please, quickly for me. Take screenshot is, that's a commented version, right? Why are you showing me that, Bhargavi? Why would you show me a commented version, please? Okay. What is, it's totally different from what I have. Totally different. Where are you?
After I realized that.
Do it exactly that way once again and show me, please. And what is the path that we're sending? There are only 2 reasons. Your WebDriver is not active when you're sending it. You don't have the right path. That's the only 2 reasons for getting a null point. So take screenshot. Okay, when do we take screenshot?
This is the original one that.
Yes, please. No. 1 second. WebDriver. I just want to confirm one. This is not the original one. Screenshot FD. Take screenshot FD. Because I'm doing a little pixel level to pixel comparison right now. And sometimes if you change the original, then I have to spend more time to debug what you changed. Are you understanding, Bhargavi? It's like this.
Yes,
you buy a car and then you make a lot of modifications to it. You go back to the showroom and say, you know what, I cannot fix it anymore. The warranty is gone. Why? Because I don't know what we have done. So this still is not the same one thing, because take screenshot, take screenshot, WebDriver. Okay, that's the same thing. SCR short dot. Okay. Where are you calling this from? So pass the WebDriver there.
I changed it after facing the issues. I changed it last night.
Show me what is the execute driver here. Where is it defined? Okay. So are we passing this for execution?
Yes, Karthik.
For open browser?
Yes.
Where? That's the keyword call. What is this? Execute. I'm confused, Bhargavi. I'm sorry. Very confused with the code right now. Open browser. Okay. Why? Where is execute driver? Okay. Go up. Again, you have one more execute driver here. Is it? Huh? How can you have?
We are making calls between. We are making calls between driver script and.
So that is static there. Static here. Let me switch my workspace. No, you didn't call it correctly, I believe. Because you have to send the version of it, and is it returning back? Did we use the HF team hybrid framework, the code that I sent? Okay. Where is your execute keyword? Okay, let me see this. Keyword driven framework, source, driver, HF4, I believe is the latest one. Let me close all of these. Hybrid framework 4, keyword, then I have log coded. Okay. So keywords, I'm not worried. Okay. HF4.java as static WebDriver MyD. All right. This MyD, I'm sending it every time I'm executing a keyword. Where? Look, execute keyword by passing my driver, my keyword, my ID, my test data. Then in the keyword here, whatever that WebDriver I sent, I will take that locally and return that back, my D1. This my D1 now goes back when I opened it for the first time, and it sits on that original. Now you can say that.
Yeah.
So now show me your code, Bhargavi.
Yes, I get it. I get it, Karthik.
If you have two static objects in two different classes with the same name, they're static for their own class. They've got nothing to do. So if you want something, have it returned from the other. Now show me your keyword. So these are your keywords. I don't need this. This is not correct. Wait 1 second. Comment line 9 first. And here, say this one does not return. You have to stay with the original theme. See how you lost it? The small one will give you that null pointer exception. Why? Because we changed that code a little bit. So MyD string, MyD. Where is MyD now?
I have it on line 11. Like we are passing it from the test of execution from the driver code.
Okay, so it has to go back.
I'll mention this in every test step here. Like here, open browser. I'll pass this as a parameter. I'll pass this as parameter. Is that what you want me to implement? I think it should fix the problem.
No, I want you to look at my code first.
Sure, Karthik. I'll do that.
what is happening and that is where concepts like git, master, branch is very important. From the main master code, you're creating already so many branches and diversifying that there is no way I can merge your code into my code. Absolutely no way. You understanding?
Yeah.
Because going
True,
into a
Karthik.
different direction altogether. The concept can be same. You can add keywords to it, but you cannot change the number of parameters that we're passing and how it is exchanging between them. That is the base one. So please use HF4 and add to it. That is the only reason the screenshot is failing. And the same thing, it took me almost 2 hours because of a silly error team, 2.5 hours yesterday on Cita. It was just that the file was not correctly named. But it took 2.5 hours. And that was so, okay. So Bhargavi, we need that to be returned. This one. So
Sure,
that can be captured.
Yes.
Then your null pointer will definitely disappear. Let us know, please.
Thank you for this time, Karthik. I really appreciate it. I learned a very new lesson. Definitely, it's going to record for me and for my lifetime. I'll never forget this static keyword, how it should be used, and how we can call between different classes. Thank you for that. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much. I'm sorry if I was a little loud, only loud for the others. So I'm giving it as a message. Guys, all of you listen, not at all you Bhargavi. I know your skill set. I know your capability, what you've been doing. It's just that this specific one, I want everyone to know why it is happening.
No, we focus like single second, Karthik. If you're like, even I thank you for that. Thank you. It's okay. Like I was listening with all my ears once you were loud. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, great. Now who's next, team? I want to look at Cita, what you've been doing, some brilliant things. And, if anyone, new JPAC members would want to join the team, sure, why not? You can look at in a brief way what's happening and come to it. Who said yes? I have something to show. I'm sorry.
This is Lakshmi, Karthik.
Okay. Shall I make you presenter again? I just did.
Hi, Karthik again. Can you hear me clearly? Yeah.
Perfect.
Hi, Karthik. Yes. So as if now for all the new members who doesn't know about the CTAF, so this is the module we have been working on. So this is the sys parameters module, and this is the page which opens up. And as per the as Pankaja said, she's our team lead. So we named each of these ones the buttons as pages. So when we click on each of those buttons, these pages, it opens up. Each of the page, we could write down nearly like 14 test cases for each of the page, wherein we were like validating the page and identifying the elements, and also like when we click on the create button, what are the things we could see the validation of the pop-up window, and also when edit button is clicked, just like writing the text again, replacing the text, and again saving and canceling, and these all things we did. And this is related to the each page. So almost all the pages are of the same kind. These all together, there are 26 pages, so all are almost like the same kind, and only 2 pages are a bit difficult. So we are still working on that. Only 1 page is left out to be submission. So this is a bit tougher page, which I'm doing right now. I feel it's a bit tough rather compared to the other pages where we have to identify all these ones. And also, like when we click on these ones, I'm unable, like these are the challenges I was facing, where I couldn't like scroll down and identify each of them. This is a part, and as a team, we divided we were assigned initially 1 page where we all together started working, and then that was for the first week work, and the next week Pankaja assigned us like 2 of us 1 page. And then after that, the third week, we started individually doing the pages. And this is the sheet where we updated our progress. Like whenever we finished any of the page, we used to take up the other page and update here as in progress. Like you could see here, the last page I'm doing, which is in progress, so that it won't be confusing for others, and it will be easily understood, like what else are left out to be done and what are in progress. So this is what we maintain for our understanding. And also we maintain as a part of consolidating all the test cases, all the pages, we were finding difficulty. So what we did is like we picked colors, so that when we consolidate all the test cases together, like the Pankaja and the Karthik, they can make out easily like who is working with the colors, instead of knowing that. We colored our test Excel sheets with these colors individually, like we picked all the colors. And coming to the execution part, and these are the test cases. These are the modules I worked on, and each one had almost like 14 test cases. And this is the Excel sheet for 4 or 5 of the pages. It's almost like going until like almost 700 steps are there in this. Okay, and wherein we use the user-defined UDKs, user-defined keywords, and for each of the page we have to identify the data and be updated in the test data sheet. And coming to the results, and these are the results for 4 of the pages, like almost 56 test cases with 664 steps, which took 17 minutes for execution, and we could achieve 100% pass percentage. And like this, we have like 3 main Excel sheets. Like this, we have 3 main Excel sheets where we have like 7 to 8 of the pages together. So instead of one, when we are doing it as a single main Excel sheet, like we couldn't execute all the steps, so we were not getting the 100% pass percentage. So we like Pankaja said, like to have like at least 2 or 3 main Excel, so that we can have 100% pass percentage. So we are achieving that way. When we proceed, we are able to achieve 100% pass percentage. So we are doing right now, we have 3 main Excels. So this is one of that with the pass percentage with 664 steps, and still more, like almost like 200 steps to be added, which I'm working on. It's not yet ready, so it will be done by tomorrow. So tomorrow is the deadline to submit that one. Yesterday I had a call with Pankaja, and she said like tomorrow is the deadline to submit that. So hopefully I finish that by tomorrow. And this is what we have been working from the last 2 months. And this is really like excellent. Like I enjoy working. Initially when I started, I wasn't aware of anything, but I learned a lot. And as a team, everyone was so helpful, and they helped me, and I could do my part. That's it, Karthik, from mine.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that, Lakshmi. So, team, just to let you know, it's a very, very large application. Our test that you're seeing right now, Lakshmi, taking about 17 minutes for small few scenarios. When we're running all our regression runs, it takes us over 24, 25 hours. and I can show you why. Meanwhile, anyone else from climatic Cita phase 2 team wants to show updates of progress and some executions? I'm going to go straight away into GitHub team. At least I have access to my library there. It's a private one, primarily to show you the kind of reports that come in. So team, you've been all working on these, right? So regression Excel come up to be the most important one. So there are few updated a few days back. So let's look at this. We were working on the Jenkins integration. There was some issue. It's been already working fine for a long time. But there was some issue on Linux machine. So we got that fixed yesterday. So this has been going for the last almost 8-9 months consistently. Every night there's a dev to staging push, and every night we are working on that. Okay, so this one, let us see the size of it. It's got about 17 modules. It has only about 160 test cases in this. There's plenty that are coming with a few more. There will be steps that will go into thousands. Elements will go into plenty again. So this is also one implementation of a product called Climatic at one of the client's locations. That way we have a bunch of them that we have to keep doing consistently. And all of these are run parallelly on different ones. So this is totally CI/CD, like Git, GitHub, through Eclipse, integrated, Jenkins triggered, remote executions and all that. Let's look at results. So results, actually we put it as branches team. Anytime we execute something, it will come here. So let's look at all the branches, active branches. Not all of them have the right result, and it's not a public repository in GitHub team. It's a private one, so you wouldn't have access. But let me at least let me see if I can pull something. This is March 3rd. There's so many March 9th, 8th. I don't know when. Let's see. There's something here. Sorry, I was on mute. This is still old one. But let me look at the report.html and see the size of it. Oh, this is a small one. No, it's a pretty small one. I'll show you those results later, team. Anyone else from Climatic team, Cita phase 2, want to show something? We'll try and bring up an old result. Do I have Cita from a machine? It's an old one. Last year. Cita runner. Results, anything here? 31st Jan. Small one. 165 kilobytes. These go into MB, so I know for sure that this is a small one. Yeah. So I don't have the latest ones here, at least the results. But if I do this regression run, then I would get plenty of it. So I don't know if I have the latest Excel, but Pankaja will be sharing the latest consolidated Excel team. We had a detailed call yesterday, and with most of your work also put into this. Let's see how that comes, and you can progress. All right. Anyone else questions? Anything? Updates?
Karthik, so this Cita test case you mentioned it ran for 24 hours, right? Almost a day.
Mm-hmm.
So what happens if there was a network failure or if there was an unexpected pop-up during the execution?
It'll go on to the next test case.
Okay, so the script will handle the pop-up and then move on to the next case.
Yeah, it'll keep moving on to the next scenario. And we are doing 4 parallel runs at the same time. So that's plenty of execution that we're doing there. So drive dot. And these are running on our remote machines, Ramu. One second. Sorry, it's pretty slow. So what I was saying is they're running on QA0, which is Linux, and QA1, a Windows machine, and running about 4 to 5 regressions parallelly, and it takes a little time getting there. So this is the phase 2. Where is the phase 2 overview talk? Phase 1 summary. There we go. So this is primarily showing you what we did in phase 1. So just a couple of customers that we added initially. We went through the entire AnyAuth implementation. We customized it for Climatic with their logo, their details, and details of what we created, how we run them, for how long it is running, all of those details. So this is one report, for example, if I can zoom this. Is it? I zoomed. Okay, there you go. So this one is just running for 2.5 hours, but about 4,500 steps in total. One of a dozen Excels that we're doing. This one is going for about 5 hours by itself. 5 hours, the test is running uninterrupted for 94%, with 94% pass. So we know that certain times it will have critical failures or unknowns, but the regular failures is what we will go back. In our extend report, it's easy for us to figure and filter as to what, where, and so on. I'm filtering only the failed ones. And I can see where it failed, why it failed, how it looked at that point in time, and so on. Back to this document. So that was that. And here is the GitHub, how we've hosted there, how we've integrated our Jenkins from deliver dev to staging main. So a couple of tasks that are integrated with each other. This is where our build, which happens daily on Cita QA0 Linux, that's running dev to staging from here. So when we're going ahead with this push, it is so dev to staging is the one that the developers are doing every day. Once this is successful, task executed, we start executing the Cita on QA0. So that's the one. Once this Jenkins task gets triggered, remotely our tests are executing on QA0. What it does is, in fact, it clones the latest version from GitHub, executes it, comes up with the 4 parallel runs at the same time, and the reports go back. So this is how the execution looks on Linux. We do a command prompt execution. As a branch, it goes back into GitHub. So a little bit more details are there into it, Ramu, but we are still looking at how we need to do further things, more scope into it.
So this looks like I mean, as a tester, I don't even have to sit in front of the laptop, right? It's like complete automation.
Totally, end to end.
Huge. Thanks.
Yeah, and the amount of scenarios that we generated is phenomenal. I mean, there's no end to it. This regression Excel is the core of it. For such a large application, which is almost like a mini ERP or a major ERP, there was no other way for us to write this, but in an Excel sheet. I cannot maintain so many scenarios as Java program. And these are our launch commands. So primarily, so whenever I'm doing CD, go to that one and run all of these. For career, ICM, branch admin, branch user. And what I want to do, team, as I involve you into GitHub, I also want to show you how the NEOT implementation works, how the climatic source code is, what are the changes that we've done there specifically. That will give you a great insight. All right, great. Thank you, everyone. Any other questions, presentations? I'm open. I just wanted to show this part also of Cita. We're building bit by bit. Once we understand these concepts well, it is easy to get to that NEOT certified developer mode. Questions, team, please raise your hand. I can unmute you. Any questions, anything is fine. And you can keep it open also, team, with generic career-based or anything work-based.
I have one thing to share, Karthik. This is Lakshmi.
Sure, please go ahead.
Can I share my screen? I just want to show you about the results we are getting as an extent report.
Yeah, sure. And do you also want to show an execution, Lakshmi? People may be excited to see. I'm not saying people, sorry, our members.
Yeah, sure.
Very nice to see the way it runs.
Yes, that's like very thrilling. And I just want to tell you one thing, like what I observed here is like, here we don't get any screenshot when all the test cases are passed. But what I observed in recent days is like while executing, there is a test fail, but still there is no screenshot taken sometimes.
Oh, that's very interesting. I've never seen this happen.
Yeah, that's why I just like saved that to show you. Here there is no screenshot.
Primarily, see, now what is important for me here is what we do, team. One second, Lakshmi, can I take control?
Yeah, sure.
So report is coming, report has defect, screenshot folder must be there with the screenshot. So I don't know what happened, but I know that 31st March 11:01 or something like that, around this time this execution happened, correct? So
Yes.
let's go to framework. Let's go to log. Let's open our HTML log, which is 21 MB right now, team. Since the first time you installed somewhere Feb 4th or something like that, it started capturing all the logs. Okay, so we can see specifically what went wrong at that time now. So what was that date and time that we saw? Let's see.
If you scroll down, Karthik, yeah, with the error next to that, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it here? Log. Okay, so 31st March. So I think I don't know how to search right now, but at least let's go till the end of this first. Did it go to the end, team? Control function end. Control function page down. Can you go to the end of this document? One application. Oh, it's going to the. So the log will tell you why it failed. So is it because of a coding error or there's some other configuration error and so on? It will help us to debug better. So I'm not sure why it failed. Did it repeat again the same thing?
Yes, Karthik. 2 times I found on the same day, so I just saved those results to
You
show
did not delete the folder accidentally, right? Screenshots folder? Maybe not.
No, I didn't delete that. No, I didn't.
No problem. Let's look at another thing. So it's saying, why is there no, see again for test, right? Logging into the application all the way, let's see, you're closing the browser here, correct? So just a question. How do you think your system parameter will now search the name entered without opening the browser again? If there is no browser, what is the screenshot it will take?
Got it. Yes, that's my mistake. Entirely my
mistake. Lakshmi, can I add something? Bhargavi is here. Bhargavi here.
Yeah, go ahead.
Karthik, Pankaja wanted us to go like a one flow from all the way test 1 to test 12.
Fair enough. Then I told this to Pankaja also a lot of times. Then do not close the browser at the end. Keep the browser at the end open. Why are you closing it then?
I think Lakshmi is been mistaken there. Like this particular page, site-wide notifications. First, it's been done by experts, and now Lakshmi is doing it. I think she took the test cases as is before our requirement of making it a single flow. And now Lakshmi, I think she did not rework on the existing test cases. So I think that's the
Sure, no problem. Thank you,
Bhargavi. So sorry, Karthik. Sorry, that's entirely
no problem. Not at all a problem. But again, see, if I was not there, you would have wasted time also on it. So look, the only thing you should do is delete this close browser step at the end of this page UI validation. And I think it will continue the search, checkbox, delete, close, all of this after that. Just try that.
Yes. Okay. Sure, I'll do that.
Great. And at that time, like Pankaja and Bhargavi mentioned, it will go as a one smooth flow instead of a dozen times opening the browser and closing it. Absolutely fine. But then your test scenarios also have to be exactly like that. Then everything will work. And maybe in the end here, then you add a close. See, we have a close
here. Yes, finally, yes, at the last.
Let's try that. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Who else, please? Questions, anyone? What's happening? Resume preparations, how is it going? Put a lot of details of what you're doing as project tasks into it. You'll forget later. Do not delay on that process. Is that it then for today, team? Great, I'll let you all practice. Absolutely phenomenal job, team. It was just a week's training that we did. I'll go back to being the presenter where, yes, we went through a few things. We spent time, but I put you back on mute. And where am I? So, good team. I think you're doing a lot of mock programming as well. You're playing multiple roles. You're doing all of this. And there are client projects also you're working. Any or certified tester developer, more and more, a little bit more team. Same direction, there's nothing new about it. All the skills that you're learning are the same thing. Just we're using it as name called anyone. Okay, with all of them combined together. Great, thank you everyone. We'll see you back next session there, maybe tomorrow. Should be tomorrow first. Okay. Have a good day, all of you, and brilliant job. I can see all the hard work you've been putting in. This will shape up well for all. Thank you. Have a great day now.